Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, step right the fuck up and welcome to the action figure gallery. Now, this is of course my first episode, so I'm not quite sure what the fuck I'm gonna do with this, but perhaps every episode I'll have a special guest. Today's special guest will be Gamera. So Gamera, you just stand right over there and do absolutely nothing as I show off some of these action figures I got here. Now, I have these sort of organized in sort of groups. So, first group will be Star Wars. Because looking around the house, I have tons of fucking Star Wars shit. So, up first, guy from those movies, the new ones. We have Jango Fett. As you can see, he's not really an inspired figure. He just has no articulation besides the standard stuff, which is something you'll see in a lot of these Star Wars figures. Bang, bang. He has dual-wielding pistols for his accessories and a jetpack that is removable. And look, he has a huge hole in his back. Paint-wise, he looks pretty good. I mean, everything's where it should be. So, subpar figure at best. Now, up next, we have leader of the droid army. Not quite sure if he's human in a robot body or if he's just a robot that has fucking lung problems. But it's General Grievous. He doesn't have any of his lightsabers or his stand because I lost all that shit. However, he does have one more point of articulation that good old Jango Fett does not. He can do fucking squats, son. He's getting fucking slow. You might have noticed a little bit of a jump cut. That's because I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this thing, but I don't know, SD card keeps fucking up. Anyway, on with the show. Yeah, he can also do the fucking stanky leg. So stanky it can go all the way the fuck around. However, the articulation in the legs certainly takes away from the arms, so they go up and down, and they can move like that, all four of them. They don't have any movement in the elbow, which is kind of disappointing. And, as a matter of fact, if you look closely, it looks like that can just snap off if you roughhouse with it too much. Articulation in the head is pretty standard. He can move. Actually, he can't look left or he can only look directly behind him. But anyway, that's General Grievous. Whoops, he fell off the table. Oh well. Hailing from the new movie, we have random red gangster guy. Again, articulation in the leg is very subpar. He can sort of Spartan kick, and that's about it. Walking at him, if you want him to get him to walk, he has to walk like, I don't know, RoboCop. However, the articulation in the arms is very, well, as you can see, there's supposed to be articulation there, but due to these nifty shoulder pads he has here, they just go right. Actually, I don't think it's the shoulder pads. I just think the arms are very fucking stiff. However, his head can move all around, which is good. You know, you never know when you have to look fucking directly behind you. He'd learn that trick from General Grievous, I bet. This guy also, I think him and General Grievous have the classic ball joint for a head, where they just sort of stick this in there. Pop. Brilliant. Another jump cut. Moving right along to... Whoops. Hello there, Gamera. Moving right along to our next figure, we have a generic droid. And boy, generic sure does fucking say it all. This guy has no coloring. Other than the eyes, which they look... You can't see it on camera, because this camera's kind of shat. But they look like they just sort of colored them on with fucking permanent marker. Maybe I'll put a picture up or something. And he has two accessories, his generic fucking blaster, which, again, no articulation in the elbow, so you can't really get him to hold it, other than, you know, classic pew-pew style, I guess. And a removable backpack. Funny story about this guy, actually, now that I think about it. He actually came with Jango Fett over here. Not sure why these two came together. Stop aiming your gun at the camera, you twat. Not sure why these two came together. It seems kind of they don't even look like they're from the same toy line. They just, it looks like they, like, took a bunch of dying Star Wars toy lines and stuck them together. Next we have the big dog himself. It's Darth Vader. This this certain Darth Vader doesn't have a helmet, as you can see. That's because I bought it from the thrift store. As you can see, his fucking articulation is way better. He can't quite do squats like General Grievous, who's currently off the grid, but he can move his elbows. Oh, whoops! That just broke off. Never mind that. He can move his elbows, and his arms can go around and around like a record, baby. And his head can move, sort of. And he also has this fucking annoying frilly cape. I imagine that if he were to have an accessory, it would clearly be his lightsaber. But he does not have it because, again, I just bought that and nothing else. But who can match him? Then him, of course. This one has his helmet, has his lightsaber, but he had to sacrifice his articulation. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This one is also just a sub fucking standard, no articulation, but the shoulders and the legs and his head. However, they did not get rid of his frilly cape. However, will he make up with this, you ask? Well, his secret accessory. It's the Sith robot. Yeah, that Darth Vader comes with that for some reason. Comes with a nice stand, so you can put it up right next to Darth Vader. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I guess that makes up for it. Anyway, oh yes, we have one last thing for the Star Wars. It's Bobblehead Han Solo. As you can see, it's one of those fucking annoying pop things that everything has a goddamn pop. I have a pop and I don't even know about it. Who the fuck is making these things? Well, I guess I shouldn't complain. I don't hate them as much as other people hate them. Actually, I don't think many people hate them. A lot of people collect these fucking things. They have pops for every fucking franchise you can think of. Wouldn't you agree, Gamera? He says yes. But anyway, but not all of them are bobbleheads. I find only that, like, Marvel ones and, I don't know, I guess Star Wars ones are bobbleheads. As you'll see later on. Anyway, that's enough. I think that's all the Star Wars stuff I have. Moving on to our next category, Marvel Comics. Let's start it off with something I found on the side of the road. I guess some kid was fucking playing with it, threw it out his car window or something. Because I literally found this, like, on the way to the mall. Like, there was no houses around, so I didn't steal it. It's Spider-Man! And you can clearly see that he's supposed to be driving or riding a motorcycle of some kind. How do you know? Well, fucking look at his squat stance. Clearly, he's supposed to be riding some kind of vehicle. However, he does have, well, you know, standard articulation. You know, just standard arms, legs, head. Plastic seems kinda shitty, but that's probably because, you know, he's fucking supposed to be riding a motorcycle. If you look closely, he looks kinda strange. Probably like Disney Spider-Man. Anyway, moving on. We have something. These next two are gonna kind of infuriate me. This one is Bobblehead Deadpool. Now, sounds cool. However, as you can see, he has this base. And I'll show you why it infuriates me in a second. Fabulous. Now, while I have this here, we see the wrapping here. Collect all these Deadpools. Now, if you look at this one up here, light please. It's supposed to come with a stand, but they fucking lied. There was no stand in sight. So I'm gonna have to do what I do with a lot of these ones that don't stand, which is hot glue them to a poker chip. As you, whoops, oh, there goes that one. As you can see, I did it to these gloomies. And also Luigi, who broke his leg. Well, not works quite well. I'm just gonna say right now, if you see a jump cut, you know, it's the aforementioned reason. Anyway, I'm gonna have to glue poor Deadpool to to a poker chip or maybe the stand that's right there. Now, the one that really fucking infuriates me is Ultron here. Looks cool, doesn't it? Yeah, pretty badass. Except the plastic is fucking hollow as fuck. And check this out. Articulation in the arms, stuff, sort of stuff, standard shit. Can move back and forth. Can he move his legs? Fuck no, he can't move his legs. Those legs are stiff as fuck. Okay, so from what I'm seeing right here, his body is two pieces of fucking plastic. They slapped together and just stuck the arms in place. Oh, and the head as well. And the only sort of paint application is his mouth and eyes. Looks cool from afar. However, if you look up closely, you can see truly how not cool this is. However, I am glad for one thing. He doesn't have like screws or anything in his back. That would truly make him like a Burger King toy. Okay, coming up next, we have some Resident Evil stuff. I only have 2 figures that count for Resident Evil. So, first we have classic Jill Valentine. I had this kit toy when I was a young lad. This isn't the same one, of course. Her articulation is elbows and knees. However, her arms come off very easily, unfortunately. And she has a grenade launcher. They had a rocket at one point, but I imagine when I was living with my roommate, I launched it. It fell into a storm grate or something. Yes, that was indeed Jill Valentine. Up next, we have Chris Redfield, minus the steroids. And this must be Chris Redfield from Code Veronica, because that's exactly what he looks like on this box. Can you see it? There you go. That's exactly what he looks like on the box. So, he doesn't, judging by the way he's looking, and judging by the way he's standing, he came with some sort of assault rifle or something. But this is another thrift store buy that I bought for 99 cents actually, which actually wasn't bad. Alright, I guess I can just throw this in there because it's zombie related. We also have Rick from Walking Dead. I think he's supposed to be, I don't know what, he's not like Lego, he's just sort of, I don't know, big-headed fucking Rick that I got from a loot crate. But I don't care. Moving on. I have some horror-related stuff. This one doesn't really count as horror, but it's pretty much, like, the figures are identical enough that I'll just put them in the same category. We have the Predator, without his mask, of course, and as you can see, yes, you can always fucking count on classic articulation. Although, I don't think his head moves. No, it does not, because his shoulder cannon's right there, and there would be no way in fuck he could move his head that close. If you look closely, he doesn't have any body armor or anything, so this is, free balling it fucking Predator. Now, one of the greatest horror icons ever. Yeah, and his figure is very, very simple. As I said before the jump cut, I'll do a slow reveal to some music. Ha! Fooled you! Thought it was someone else, didn't you? No, it's that pumpkin-headed dude from what the fuck was that movie called? Jesus, oh, Trick or Treat, duh. Unlike Predator here, he actually has an accessory. He has his little sharpened lollipop that can kill people. You know, as bad as that movie was, and it was kind of bad, I actually fucking love that movie. I don't know what it is about it. And I love this guy as well. Actually, as you can see, standard articulation, arms, legs move. He has very stubby feet, or legs, however. Although I guess that's, well, good on you. His paint is actually really good. His paint looks really fucking cartoonish, which is the same as fucking Predator. Like, his paint looks very, like, undetailed and just sort of slapped on. But anyway, enough of that. Let's move on to some video game stuff. First, we have, actually, I don't think she's from the video game. I think she's from the game or the fucking show, but whatever. We have Serena. And she has probably the best articulation out of all of these figures that we'll be showing. She can pop and lock. She can move her elbows, her knees, her legs can go this way, that way, every other way. She can do fucking splits. And she can even go, So, and she even has an accessory. I'll let you guess what it is. Too late! It's of course Fennekin. That, the stability on this Fennekin is actually pretty good. I almost just lied. However, the stability on this, on Serena isn't that great. Like, you could put her on fucking anything and she'll just fall. I mean, like, the slightest... I'll have to figure out the problem with this card some other time. Here, Mr. Assistant, help me out, would you? Thank you, Gamera. So, coming up next on our video game thing, it's another pop. It is Tracer in her very spiffy black and green outfit. As you can see, bringing the fucking other pop here, she is not a bobblehead unlike Grandpa fucking Han Solo here. She is just, you know, sort of substandard pop figure. There's not much else to say. Of course, there's no articulation because she's a statue and not a figure, technically. Although she can move her head in a full circle. Fabulous! Alright, anyway. I saved... Get the fuck out of the way, you two. I've saved the very best for last. We cannot have these sort of shows without a little, what I like to call, shit-tastic plastic. And boy, do we have the shittiest of the plastic. Check it out! It's one of those, it's, I don't know what the fuck this thing's supposed to be. Some kind of cyborg with a lightning blade sword? Cool story about this. I actually had one of these when I was a kid. It wasn't the same color. I don't even think it was the same fucking line. I think someone just recycled the fucking mold and made another figure and called it something else. You can't see it on camera, but he seems to be sort of coated with this dusty shit that I keep wiping off, and it's getting on my fingers and everything. So, this guy actually moves quite well. Of course, standard articulation like everybody else. Except for his head. His head and his body are one piece. Strangely, his body, the horrible screws in his back. And, though this thing does not light up or anything, the one I had did. However, they didn't remove the fucking hatch for the batteries. In fact, I don't even think there's any springs in there. It's just sort of this thing that they screwed onto his back. Should have just filled it in with some extra plastic. Speaking of plastic, his limbs, like his legs and arms, are very different compared to his body. And the accessory it comes with, his lightning sword here, is a very different plastic as well. I also have the box for this guy, for some amazing, you know, X-Bots, spelled with a Z, Samurai. I suppose that says Samurai. Oh, and in case you were fucking wondering if he had a sword, don't worry, son. It comes with a fucking sword. I would fucking hope it does. It's fucking Xbox Samurai. Collect all three, which are the same character in different colors. Actually, I had this guy over here. So maybe this is the same thing. But this was like, I was 10 when I fucking had my shitty dollar store fucking Xbox Samurai. So, here on the black, here on the back, we have just sort of black and white. I don't know why the fuck they did this. Just, like, movable legs, movable arms, and that's it. Thanks, guys. Oh, shit! But it comes with a sword! You know it's important because it's an exclamation point. In fact, so is movable legs and movable arms. Very, very fucking exciting. However, despite it being shit-tastic plastic, I do actually love this guy, and he is actually on my shelf with the rest of these. So, Mr. X, let's check his stability. Fabulous. Alright, well, maybe without the mouse pad. Sorry about that, camera. Maybe without the mouse pad. Just as crap. Well, anyway, that's gonna end it for this first episode, unless I have anything else that I forgot to mention. Nope, that's it. So, see you next... Ho ho! Get out of the way. I did forget something, silly me. This thing I got from a cereal box. It's clearly R2-D2, and you're supposed to look inside and, see an image. Let's see if you can see it on camera. Oh, snap, son. There it is. It's literally just a still image from the movie. But that's that. It's just this sort of 2D thing. You can look inside and see 2D stuff. So that's nice. Clearly does not work without light. So, anyway, that's gonna be it. I'll see you guys next time. When I do another one of these. If I do another one of these. I want to do another one of these. Yeah, I'll probably do another one. See ya.